Wait. Heads you win, tails I lose. Oh.
And as the de facto winner of the coin toss, I yield first story.
So I get to talk about the depressing news in Europe again.
Yay!
All right, so we've talked a bit about how Greece has been getting downgraded and debt, whatever they call that.
Debt-ridden.
Debt-ridden, yeah. Either way, you know, they're losing hold in the EU and probably going to leave the European Union soon. Well, Spain may be following them.
They're crashing. The banks in Spain are following very close suit to those in Greece and all kind of just going downhill. And possibly not going to be bailed out by the European Central Bank because the European Central Bank is trying to consolidate itself and recover, and we can save the Union as long as we sever off parts of it. You know, because that worked so well for us last time.
I was going to be covering this. It doesn't matter.
I hate me.
So another throwback here.
Yeah, so we talked about a long time ago about how Supreme Court Justice Breyer was out in the Caribbean at a house that he has, because people have those. Apparently, I don't, but and he got robbed at his house, and they took stuff and went on their merry way. Now apparently crooks have hit him in Washington D.C. and well, for me that stinks of non-coincidence.
Especially when they didn't take any court documents. All they took was valuables and stuff. I think someone's trying to send a message, and it might be more private, and maybe something we'll never actually find out about, but yeah, this is looking a little too suspicious.
That's kind of shady. I think he might owe some people money. I'm just saying. It's possible.
Right. So, science.
Wait. Science. Okay, good.
I disagree with this one, though.
Bad science.
Bad science. So researchers have gone through, and they have said that the solution to America's obesity problem, which has been touted a lot in the last couple weeks, could be what they're calling a fat tax. Literally anything that is unhealthy would have a higher tax on it, therefore making it more expensive. I have a few problems with this, not just because I'm a big guy and I like my food, which I do.
We've been working on that.
Actually, yeah, doing pretty good. But I don't think this is going to work. This is for me a little bit of a throwback to yesterday's thing about the soda in the school, whatever. I'm sorry, this isn't going to help anything. For one, people are still going to eat what they want to eat. Second of all, how do you know what's unhealthy?
I have a friend who has a condition called colitis, where basically she can't eat anything awesome like bread or anything that's not like rice and turkey. So, for her, a cup of milk's unhealthy. For her, a couple of carrots is unhealthy.
It's the same for anybody. Your genetics literally change for you what's healthy. Turns out for me, olives aren't healthy for me. I love olives. Anyway, I shouldn't be eating them, evidently. But you can't make a law that says what's unhealthy and what isn't, and then tax the things that are unhealthy, because it's way too different for different people.
It's basically it's trying to be unfair to things that technically might be luxuries, but at the same time, so what? Oh, so what?
Stop trying to control me.
Yeah. If I want a Swiss cake roll every now and again, don't punish me for that, all right? And I do want a Swiss cake roll, right now, actually, now that I've talked about it. But instead of that, I'm going to talk about Facebook going public, on the New York Stock Exchange. For those of you who didn't know, we talked about it sometime. Mark Zuckerberg, introduced the company into the public, and it was kind of a really big deal, and a bunch of people made a bunch of money immediately, and then it just opened up today and shut up, and then back to just 23 cents up from its spectacular beginning. Well, not everything can be what Facebook was to social media, but it's okay. So, you know, it's the start of a company. We'll see where it goes, but it didn't jump like they anticipated.
I have a question.
I might have an answer.
How is a company that only makes about roughly $4 or $5 billion a year worth $100 billion?
Because don't
Okay.
try and do the math. It hurts. It hurts. It's hurty math.
I'm bad at math anyway.
No. You're doing good math, but it's hurty math. Don't think about it too much. Zuckerberg has people.
Right.
Just saying. Don't question the Zuckerberg.
Also, it's a
He'll
free...
close your Facebook. I know you don't care, but now they do too. Oh.
Right.
Moving on, stuff that actually matters too.
Right.
Sort of.
Actually, I'm gonna put a link like here to a video you should watch that goes along with this little story, entitled "If I Wanted America to Fail." This is a little bit detail into this article. The feds might actually be stopping a lot of rock concerts this summer because the musicians are using guitars that have used the wrong kind of wood. Foreign.
No, a lot of people use the wrong kind of wood. Moving on.
This guitar making company, let's see, Gibson. Ooh, that's a nice one.
I'll say very popular guitar making company. You know, they made Epiphones and stuff. There's one like right behind me over there. See, that's the head of it. Moving on.
Anyway, so the company was using wrong type of wood according to this new law, the Lacey Act, that was actually not new law, 112-year-old law. That somebody just recently
they updated it in 2008.
They just remembered it.
You were thinking correct.
Right. And nobody really knew about this exactly, and
except maybe
a couple like logging companies. I don't know.
People that were selling them wood probably knew.
Right. Either way,
that's why it was discounted, guys. Come on.
Exactly. The musicians are being hurt. Gibson's being hurt. You know, people going to the concerts are being hurt because this law was just way too broadened. I mean, it was just way too general of a law.
You know, people like Van Halen, who is back on tour, the Allman Brothers, Ted Nugent, Paul McCartney, you know, they use Gibson guitars. I have one behind me. It's actually my roommate's. But, I mean, it's an awesome guitar.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a reason that they're so awesome is actually just kind of the way they're made.
And a little bit of the kind of wood they're made out of.
And kind of the wood.
It's important.
And so
either way, feds, once again, stop trying to control us.
Stop trying to control every single little
aspect of humanity.
Aspect is a good word. Moving on. So, Will Smith apparently is kind of buddy with President Barack Obama. Okay. And that's cool because, you know, he went and visited President Barack Obama for Easter. Because you do that when you're Will Smith.
Why not?
He and Jada and the kids, and they went and saw, you know, Barack, and I always forget Miss Obama's name. Michelle. See, I never have to remember her name because she just kind of is chilled out now, and I don't pay attention to the like celebrity news of what the heck she was wearing. You know, that doesn't matter to me, so I never see it. Anyway, Michelle and Barack and the kids. They were all hanging out in the White House, and apparently Jaden, being Jaden, was like, "Hey, Dad, can you ask him about the aliens?"
He said no.
Will Smith is a cool dude, but he's like, "Nah, man, no, don't worry about it." And apparently, even though he said don't worry about it, when they were taking a tour of the White House with President Barack Obama, they went to the Situation Room, and Jaden, being Jaden, is like, Barack, and like, you know, I'll give the president crap all day, all the time. This particular thing, you know, Jaden speaks up. He's like, hey Barack, and he's like, don't say it. Let me guess, the aliens. Apparently, you know, he knows. So he's like, let me see if I can quote Will Smith quoting the president here. He's like, I can neither confirm or deny the existence of extraterrestrials, but I can tell you, if there had been a top secret meeting, I'm sorry, this is really funny. If there had been a top secret meeting, and if there would have had to have been a discussion about it, it would have taken place in this room while they're standing in the Situation Room. So, you know, in case it's, you know, happening and it's totally top secret and you can't talk about it, it might have happened there.
I think it happened.
But of course, the White House back in September decided to release a very official stance on it, saying the U.S. government has no evidence that any life exists outside our planet, or that an extraterrestrial presence has contacted or engaged any member of the human race. In addition, there is no credible information to suggest that any evidence is being hidden from the public's eye.
Right.
Sorry.
In other news, the White House lies.
In other news, Barack Obama's a liar, but
right,
he's kind of funny sometimes.
That's kind of a throwback.
Oh.
Anyway. All right, so there's a new ad.
It's just a throwback day.
Right. There's a new set of ads out thanks to the Best Friends Animal Society based out of Utah, advocating birth control for pets, you know, spaying and neutering.
That's important, by the way. Bob Barker told me so.
Right.
He told me every day when I skipped school. Just saying. What?
And they're even being more specific, spay and neuter at 4 months. Cool. The commercials, however, start out with parents basically starting to get into a sex education with their children, and then in the end it turns out it's, you know, they flash around, do some camera tricks, and it's a pet. But the really last thing they say before it shows the pet is, it's time to get you fixed.
Yeah. Seriously, it's funny stuff. Go look at it. It's really, really just, it's well done. Well conceived, even. So, lastly but not leastly, Maryland is kind of awesome. They apparently have some kind of budget surplus, or like a local bank that's helping finance this little thing. But you know those click it or ticket programs? We have one in Texas where basically if you're not wearing your seatbelt, or anyone in your car is not wearing their seatbelt, you or they will get ticketed, like a pretty hefty amount for, you know, not clicking it. So, you know, by the way, wear your seatbelt, stupid.
Yeah. But
apparently in Maryland, cops are you know, camping on certain corners with their, you know, click it or ticket, like organizational people.
Right.
And they're just handing out dollar bills to all the good, safe drivers and passengers, and handing out educational literature / tickets to those who are not. Because, you know, that one time that it was Easter and they were camping out there with Easter bunny suits.
Oh, it was down in Florida.
Well, you know, it's everywhere. People do this stuff everywhere.
Either way.
More government trying to control us. Blah. But seriously, don't be stupid.
Can we go to Maryland? I want a free dollar.
I want a free... Well, that's a lot of dollars to get there from here. We're in Texas, by the way.
Drive around a bit.
Just keep going around the same block. I should be more in gas to go just like down the block, around and around again. Can I have another dollar, please? This is like a dollar drive-through.
Right.
Anyway, so thank you so much for watching. We're ridiculous. Thank you for paying attention occasionally. Subscribe if you kind of like our insanity. Like it if you kind of like it. Favorite it and share it if you really, really like it. And it'll help us get better. So, you know, please do. Thank you so much. I'm Jeremy.
I'm AJ.
And these are Extraordinary Times.